Hello, I'm Julie Samaka with Southern Charm Wreaths, where we make beautiful wreaths and teach you how to make and sell them. In this video, a sneak peek of this month's featured wreath in our Wreath Making of the Month Club. So this was my focal piece right here. So this is what I'm going to be using, and I want to educate you a little bit now on the coloring. Whenever I find my focal piece, I look at the piece of the design and I try to find colors that coordinate well with that. So that's why I found the sign, and then I found this mesh. I thought this was really pretty with the black and the red and the green and the navy. Just really good with this thing. And then we threw in a little bit of gold. So the gold is the accent color. So that's why I added in our picks, the gold picks. So that's really the coloring and how I chose the colors. So once you've taken the time to fluff, I want you to look at the inner ring and the outer ring. So we've got the inner ring, and then we've got the outer ring. I'm going to add to the inner ring first. We're going to take the mesh and grab it on the edges and then just pull it into the center, just like that, so it's pleated and your edges are sort of turned under. I'm going to find anywhere on the wreath on the inner ring and find needle ties and attach. So this may be a little more challenging for by not using a work wreath form, but I think it's fun to use Deco mesh for these evergreen wreaths. In fact, if you can, get evergreen wreaths and stock up on them, you can really use this Deco mesh technique any time of the year. Right here, and then we're just going to pinch to pleat a little bit and add these to our wreath. So to add these to our wreath, we're going to add them where we've tied the mesh in using the same needle ties, but I'm not going to untie them to put the ribbon in. I'm just going to put it right on top of the ties and then tie it again. This is so pretty. This isn't a typical color that you would find in a wreath for Christmas, is it? The blue. But blue is so popular. Any color of blue is popular. Any hue of the or shade of blue is just really trendy right now. So what we want to do is put them around the side of the wreath that's the opposite of our sign. So we've got one here. I'm going to put the next one, let's see, I'm going to position one there. And how far out do I want one there? Yeah, okay. So before we add our filler, the gold filler, I want to add a wreath hanger to the back. So I'm going to use rustic wire. So this is the hanger part where I've made the little loop. All right, so the loop is the top of the hanger. So what I'm going to do is flip it upside down to where the loop is folded or facing towards the ground. Take the little ends and poke it behind the wreath frame, just like this. You can make this loop as long or as short as you want to. I'm going to trim off the excess. Now, if you put your wreath up together and it feels like it still has a little bit of bare spots, let me show you what I did. And I take this and I squinch it up and I wire the wreath to this. So remember, I've pinched it right here. All I'm going to do is lay it in these needles, and I'm going to pinch the needle and crimp the needle very, very tightly. So I've added 3 or 4 streamers. I think it helps to add more filler without having to more cost. You've already purchased this, so without having to buy another bush or a filler or something like that, which adds to the cost of the wreath because you're already charging. So for those of you who sell, FYI, if you're opening up ribbon to put on one wreath, and even if you don't use it all, you should charge for the full roll of ribbon, okay?